Yeah. Yeah. Once again, I'm here, Walkman here, back with another Dynamite review. No pun intended. Maybe a little bit. But it's August the 3rd. Uh, this is. Did they have a theme show? There's so many, and I'm not knocking it. It was Fighter Fest was 2 nights, or 4 nights, technically. Last week was Fighter Fest. That was just no Fight for the Fallen. Sorry, that was like a benefit for the. That's like their fundraiser show, and then tonight. Well, I guess it was nothing. So but next week is going to be what they call it, the Quake at the Lake. Tonight they were in Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio. Very good show. It was started off with Jay Lethal and Orange Cassidy. Good match. This stems from they had on Rampage. They had a 3-on-3, which was the Orange Cassidy and the Best Friends versus Sanjay Dutt, Satnam Singh, and Jay Lethal. Satnam Singh is the one in a billion, the big guy. Sanjay Dutt is the mouthpiece. Well, it depends on the year. He's basically was there to take the fall. He took the pinfall, and it was like a Rampage. I haven't had a chance to do a review of Rampage. I would do them on Saturday mornings. I've been having, and I don't know if I need to remind you. I do have a full time job, and I have a couple of kids too. So I try to do this in my spare time. But I do like doing these reviews. I really do, because it's like the only thing. Like one of my I think that just to give them like another point of view, and it's a lot of people who are on the East Coast are doing it, but it's there, and I like and Muscle Man Malcolm, I like his interviews. He doesn't tend to do reviews, and I know he's a college student, but I've been stuff, and it's another guy, but not to make this a color thing, but I would like to see more. It wouldn't be. I like Shy Time. I like when Shy Time Smart what he does. I haven't watched. Only watched one of his watch-alongs. I like to tend to like just to watch it by myself. But some of his insights with JD on Wednesday nights is pretty good too. Not pretty good. It's good. But it'd be nice to go ahead and see some more of this. But that's neither here nor there. Let me get back to the review. But in case you're saying, what's like the gimmick here? What's the maybe you want to hear somebody who's been watching this product, whose older brothers got into wrestling. When first time I seen it was Hogan. My brother loved Hogan. Once I started watching it myself, I was a Piper guy. Piper and Savage, then Hogan. That order. Like Piper had the best promos. He was fucking crazy. I mean, to me anyway. Anyway, let's get back. Like I said, Orange Cassidy, great match. Spoiler. I mean, like really, fucking Jay Lethal and Orange Cassidy, both great fucking wrestlers. The story of this match is that Jay Lethal was working the leg, dragging. That's the first time I seen a avalanche dragon screw. He was at the second or top rope. He worked the fuck out of it. I believe it was left leg. And if you don't know, that figures four is one of the things that it's the figure four, and the elbow. That is the two, and then not just the lethal combination and the lethal injection, but those are the two signature moves where he has finished opponents. Where figure four, he was trying to weaken them for the figure four, and also that even if he didn't have the figure four in his itinerary, or his it's a good play. So somebody who's quick because he can be quick. He has one of his nicknames is King of Sloth Style, but Orange Cassidy is a quick motherfucker, especially when he's lining you up for that orange punch. And it was during this match, it was one time where he did try to hit it, and when he tried to do that quick step and hit you with it. He collapsed because his leg he couldn't get that first step off. But this this was a very good match. He wound up actually beat he wound up finally hitting the lethal injection and pinning him. And I think this was the right outcome because last week Wardlow did come out after after the match on Rampage, the 3-on-3 match. Wardlow came out, and I completely forgot. I said, "Why did Wardlow?" It seems kind of forced, but I forgot Wardlow. Wardlow and Orange Cassidy had it. His first defense was against Orange Cassidy, and Wardlow won. But afterwards, he actually showed some respect to Orange Cassidy, how hard he fought. So he has his respect. So he didn't like what was going on with Sanjay Dutt and Satnam Singh, Jay Lethal. So he came out on Rampage because it was a beatdown about was going on, and then they're about to go ahead and Jay Lethal was going to put some more punishment on. He even said he got the mic. Actually, Sanjay Dutt actually had the mic, and he gave it to Jay Lethal. And it was a mini interview, it was a mini Shivani interview that Sanjay Dutt was given to Jay Lethal, and he said, "You need to come out here, Wardlow. You stuck your nose to our." I'm paraphrasing. You stuck your nose into our business, so you need to come out here before I go ahead and do some more damage. And he came out. Very first, the best friends came out. Then after that, Wardlow came out, and Sanjay Dutt ran. They both ran out the ring. All three of them: Sanjay Dutt, Jay Lethal, and Satnam Singh. And then they were on a ramp, and Sanjay Dutt, the guy with the ear, was trying to keep you, the bald-headed guy with the not the ear, the pencil behind the ear. He was telling them, like, you want to stick your nose in our business, why don't you go ahead and put your title on the line, like at the Battle of the Belts. Battle of the Belts is a quarterly show that they show on TNT. So basically every 4 months. They show they have all certain titles are on the line. Right now it's the RH title. It's going to be so far announced. It's just the RH title that I know of. RH title, which is being held by Claudio Castagnoli versus Konosuke Takeshita, and he's been on a roll. He does speak some English. He did. If you check out there's also the AEW channel. We watched the show last night. He actually had a little promo when he was talking about how he's gonna beat because the way it works in Ring of Honor and also New Japan. You just have to challenge. You have to challenge for the belt. There's no ranking system. If it's about a challenge for the belt, you have to accept it. It looks even better if that challenger isn't a total fucking loser. So hopefully the person who was challenging got some sort of oomph, some sort of momentum behind them. But this helped because I noticed that's what's been going on with the RH women's title. Mercedes has been her first couple of title defenses has just been against. I hate to say random, but they haven't been having any TV time, and you haven't seen them have any. They don't have a record on AEW at all, but there have been good matches. But getting back to Orange Cat, so like I said, so that's the Battle of the Belts, and that this is the other. It's usually three matches. It's only an hour show, hour special on TNT. So I don't know what's the third match or the third belt that's gonna be on the line. I'm assuming it's probably maybe a women's belt. It could be the TBS. It should be one of the women's belts. I would think. You got the women's title, TBS title, the Mercedes Martinez. I think she have a nice little belt. But is it a Saturday? Yeah, I think it's a Saturday actually. So I hope if it if it is, I hope it's maybe the women's. I hope it's the AEW's women's title because they haven't had any type of belt for the RH championship. at all, or the TBS Championship. It ain't been no build for neither one of them. But there's been a little bit, as I've been here, there's been things I could. Jamie Hayter, I don't know. I don't think she's even ranked yet to even challenge Thunder Rosa. If that's where they're going with it, I don't know. I'm just saying it doesn't have to be a women's title. It could be just, or it could be like I said, RH. Someone just has to challenge the person holding the belt. So, but like I said, this was a very good match. I mean, needless to say. Next segment is the Undisputed Elite comes out, which is Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, Matt, and Nick Jackson. 5 of them come out. So there's going to be finally a tournament, and it's going to culminate at the at All Out for the 6-man for the trios. I'm sorry, for the trios championships, and this is probably going to be an 8-team tournament most likely. And so Adam Cole, I want to paraphrase this. He basically says it goes with I came here for loyalty because I was loyal to the Young Bucks, and when you're loyal, you can go far. Basically, and so he says to the Young Bucks, well, if it's not going to be me on your team, and I'm not medically clear in time, and it's not going to be Kyle O'Reilly, if he's not going to be clear, if medically cleared on time, and if you ain't going to pick Bobby Fish, maybe y'all shouldn't even go enter the tournament. That's what he says to the Young Bucks. That Adam Cole says to the Young Bucks. That's what he says. He said, let me rephrase that. You're not going to be physically able to get in the tournament. Kyle O'Reilly attacks Nick Jackson, and the other way around, Mac Jackson. Kyle O'Reilly attacks Mac Jackson because they're behind. Because at this point, Nick and Matt are facing Adam Cole. He's in the center, and then Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly's behind Nick and Matt. So they start. So one attacks the leg, the other one puts him in Nick Jackson to a chokehold. Bobby Fish puts him into a chokehold. That's Matt Jackson. So they're working on Matt's leg. He's kicking. They're beating him down. Then Adam Page's cowboy shit, his music hit. He comes running down with a fucking shiny ass metal pipe, ready to fucking bust some goddamn skulls in. I thought it was gonna be the return of the cleaner. I'm not even mad. I'm happy with this too. So after the Undisputed Elite leaves, they Adam Page reaches out his hand to help up Matt because Matt's leg was being worked on. He got chop blocked by Kyle O'Reilly. So he accepts his hand, picks him up, and then Adam Page turns around and leaves. Great segment. This sets, I don't know when the cleaner is coming back. I'm hoping that it's right. I hope that he shows his face before. I'm hoping to get into the tournament. They don't have to win. They can just go ahead and wind up probably eliminating themselves. I'm hoping it's somebody else. I'm really hoping for the House of Black. I'm hoping by now Murphy. God, what's his name? Bob. I want to say Bobby Murphy. Buddy Matthews. Yeah, that's what it is. He shit. I don't know what his injury was, but I'm hoping he's 100% right now. Unless he's not. No, I can't see. Well, I don't know what Miro and the House of Black are going to do. I don't know if they're going to have a one-off fight. I don't know if y'all noticed. The last time we seen Miro he showed his face a couple of weeks ago. He had sunglasses on, and tonight he had a vignette. He had a talking piece where you didn't where you only seen one side of his face was being blocked out because it was like kind of shadowy, kind of how the House of Black, if you've seen their vignettes, similar to that. So I don't know if he's playing up to what happened with Julia Hart and how for the longest she had that eye patch. I don't know. And excuse me, by the way, I am just getting off work. It is in the AM. Well, before it's not even 8 a.m. yet. It's going on 8 a.m. All right. Next segment. By the way, y'all, if I tend to skip like certain segments, because I forgot, because I'm trying to keep this really short and precise and give you my thoughts on certain things. If it pertains to the storyline, of course, I'm going to mention it. And I know and I'm not to say that not every certain things don't pertain to storylines, because Tony Khan is very smart. He's very focused, but there's been times where I'm like, I don't need to really mention it. I'm trying to focus on the action, and I do a lot of. I'm trying to sum this up as best I can, and with my with my opinion, and without going word for word with some summary, So I'm trying to keep it as entertaining and as informative as possible. So, third match. This is the first. I remember this is a women's match in the first hour. Usually, the women's match is the second to last match. This was Thunderstorm, which is Toni Storm and Thunder Rosa versus Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. I mean, just optively, it's great. This was actually a very, very good match. Very good tag team match. It might be one of the best that as far as women has done. It was great. And the crowd was split. It was like, even though Jamie Hayter and Toni Storm was in there, they were going Thunder Rosa DMD. The crowd was split, and anyway, this culminated at there was one spot where Jamie Hayter was in one corner, and Britt Baker was in one corner, and Toni Storm was going on a hip attack party, if you will, like boom, but it looked devastating. If you know what it looks like when she delivers these hip attacks, it seems like these motherfuckers are knocked loopy, and she is healthy with the hips. So anyway, Britt Baker actually wound up pulling as during, I believe it was the third one that Toni Storm was about to give DMD. She actually was able to grab Thunder Rosa and pull her in front of her, and she gave it to Thunder Rosa instead of Britt. And from there, Jamie was able to hit a power move. I apologize, I forgot what it was. And then from there, Toni Storm actually takes the pin after she didn't get the lockjaw in. What is that? Hold on. Yeah, after that, Jamie Hayter swooped in, gave her, I believe, a double underhook body slam or power slam, and then to Toni Storm, and she suffered the pinfall. It's a great match, worth watching many times as you want, if you know what I mean. We cut to a voiceover of Sammy Guevara and Tay Conti of how they're getting married. We already know all this. We watch his vlog. They're in Paris. He proposed to her in front of the Eiffel Tower. So there's this voiceover of an English guy I never heard before, and then it gets interrupted by Eddie Kingston. He's in the back with the whole TV, that little TV area, the interviews or they're watching matches. He tells her, look, you gotta nobody cares that you're getting married, and you got a receipt coming. Sign the contract. I already signed mine. When yours is in the mail, sign it. So it's for All Out. So that's what he told Sammy. So it's gonna be Sammy Guevara versus Eddie Kingston. So Taz, last week like I said, there was no review last week, and I apologize again. But Taz addresses what happened with Powerhouse Hobbs and Ricky Starks, because the Powerhouse Hobbs and Ricky Starks were part of Team Taz, and they were doing a lot of tag teaming. And Powerhouse attacked Ricky from behind, and from the booth to this week, he addresses right before Will Hobbs' match tonight. He addresses, like, I didn't know what was going on, and so those are three grown men for this point forward. The Team Taz is done with, and so he has a minute. So Powerhouse has a minute match with some. I guess he's some local wrestler, small by no means. He's elite. He said he bills him at about, what is he? He's about 6'1" or 5'10", 210 pounds. So right as the bell rings, fucking Hobbs charges him into the corner, big splash, gives him. Didn't even give him a spine buster. He what the fuck did he give him? It looked devastating. It was enough to fucking. He played with him just a little bit, but it was like a minute, less than 2 minutes. I know that much. He doesn't even hook his leg. He puts one knee into his chest and goes like this. So, let me make sure. So let me see part. So after that, running splash, okay. Leaping Oklahoma. Okay, so he gave him a leaping Oklahoma slam, and so Hobbs pinned. His opponent was called Ren Jones, Ren Jones. After the match, after the bell rings, after he wins, after Will Hobbs wins, Ricky comes shooting down a ramp. Overzealous starts beating him. He wins again. Then Powerhouse winds up getting the best of him, spine buster. And he's selling the spine buster. Look, that's one of his finishers. Hobbs is. He's just so fucking big. He said. Oh, by the way, on his video package, it says I break backs because of the spine buster. Because of the spine buster. Let me see. Totally coming to a vignette/interview. Darby Allin is talking about Brody King. Brody King challenged Darby Allin to his own match, a coffin match, to end this. Darby says the reason why you're trying to make a name off of me and keep beating me up because I'm the one who told you. Hold on. All right, sorry about that. All right. So yeah, he says you're trying to make your name off of me because I'm the one who recommended Tony Khan to hire you. And during this whole, he has his head down and you hear almost like an electric shaver, but he's tattooing. Apparently, he's tattooing his hand. I'm assuming this is real. Darby Allin is a crazy motherfucker. I forgot what he had written on his hand when it was done. It was big words going from here all the way down. He says the last thing you want to see is this before I shut the coffin, the door on your coffin. So, let me see. Let me see if it's actually on here. Nope. So, next is Christian Cage versus Matt Hardy. Now this actually, I'm glad. This is why I like the commentary. They reminded because this is not just some, didn't they already fight? I mean, they fought. Christian had fought him. They had fought since they've been in there. This is only their second match, which is they show some restraint. If it was anywhere else, they probably would have did it about 3 or 4 times by now. But they fought a year ago, sometime last year actually. They didn't fight this year. But this is also because Luchasaurus had powerbomb Matt Hardy into the timekeeper table about almost a month ago. So it's one of the reasons why this match is happening. It was a good match. He winds up Christian Cage winds up winning with the kill switch, and then after that, after that he brings 2 chairs in. He's about to give mat or one chair concerto, and face up. Usually the person is face down on the chair, but he was face up. And then Luchasaurus music hits, and then Luchasaurus is standing in the middle of the rap, and Jungle Boy comes running in with a chair behind on the opposite end of where Christian Cage is, and Christian Cage hauls ass through the barricade out the arena, and that was a good segment. You gotta apologize. Like I said, I work at night, and I'm getting there, and yeah, I've been feeling kind of good right about now. So Christian, well, yeah, but see, they just don't do rematch. They do rematches when it means something, when it matters, and when it advances something. And not to say the new regime, as far as the fact that McMahon is not part of creative anymore. I'm not saying it's not possible, because Triple H and a lot of people around him think that storylines and consistency and continuity in storylines is where they were lacking a whole lot, and then just a whole bunch of silly shit too. Like a lot of the things that McMahon did, he did it to amuse himself. Like, you're puppets, you're my fucking puppets, you're my toys, ha ha ha. Do and say that thing that I like, shit like that. That was his mentality. All right. So Tony Schiavone did a quick interview with Daniel Garcia. Daniel Garcia had actually put the figure 4, or I'm the sharpshooter, on Daniel Bryan, and he wound up passing out. He didn't submit, didn't tap, he wound up passing out. That was the previous week, and this interview was to address how big that win was. Yes, it's the biggest win. Daniel Garcia said, yes, it's the biggest win I had ever had, but whenever you get held up, if you want another lesson, go ahead and come find me. That's what he basically, I'm paraphrasing, that's basically what he said. Let me see. Now, Ethan Page, Ethan Page in the middle of the ring. He said, "What microphone is this on?" So he's getting pissed off that he doesn't have a big enough spotlight, that his merch isn't selling how it should, and then also that he doesn't have a doll yet. And he says, the more times that I'm left off TV, AEW is leaving a whole bunch of money out. Now, Stokely Hathaway at this point had already walked down the ramp, and he was standing right behind Ego, and he whispered something, and so Ego turns around, says, "What do you want?" He doesn't have the microphone. You can kind of hear it. "What do you want?" And then he starts arguing. He starts getting in Stokely's face a little bit. And Stokely whispers something in his ear, and he pulls out his card, his business card. Ego looks at it, and he takes it. They both get out the ring. They stand by side, and they start walking up the ring together. I'm fine with it. Meaning they're both. If you're gonna have somebody come out, I mean, he doesn't need a mouthpiece. Ego can talk his ass off. Scorpio doesn't need a mouthpiece. Ego can talk his ass off. Right now, he's been with those are the two. He's also with Jade Cargill, and there's the other one that's kind of been helping out maybe until Red Velvet comes back. I'm drawing a blank on her name, but she didn't come out there she worked dark. She didn't come out during the dark match on Elevation, but my point is, like, if you're gonna have him associated with these people, I'm fine with it. I do like to know what happened with Dan Lambert, but I know he couldn't be on there forever. I mean, he does have a gym to run. I mean, he is actually legit gym owner, for the UFC, America's Top Team. Let's see, Jim Lambert, Dan Lambert. Fucking Jim Lambert. I don't know if I said Jim Lambert. Sorry, it's Dan Lambert. All right. Once again, Tony Schiavone is a interviewing machine. Tony Schiavone was backstage with Anna Jay and Angelo Parker and Mac Menard, which is part of the the Jericho Appreciation Society. Um, so at this point, they're going over, you know, what did they see? One way from the night, Chris Jericho would become the new champ for a second time. We're the greatest faction. Oh wait, so one on it's a John Moxley has a quick words about who's gonna if because they have an eliminators match with it's Will Yuta facing Chris Jericho, because Chris Jericho was the first EAW championship and he hasn't yet to have a rematch because he finally he said I'm asking about a rematch next week. Chris Jericho said no, Quick After Lake, which is next week. So Yuta last week tricked somewhat tricked Jericho into putting up his spot on the line. So Yuta talking trash last week, and then he gets so pissed off. Jericho does says, you know what? If you can beat me, you can have my spot for the championship. And so this is where we get this match: Jericho versus Yuta. But before that, let me see, Jimmy. So yeah, so Christian Cage, Dan Garcia. We talk about the Dan Garcia. Basically says, yeah, it was a big win, and if you so he's basically saying it might be a part two to this story. It might be he probably, but Bryan Danielson probably get his win back probably. Let me see. Oh yeah, so there's a dumpster match against the Gun Club, which Colton Gunn, but the other one, Colton is the oldest, the tallest one. The Gun Club versus the Acclaim. At the beginning, Max Caster his music didn't hit yet, but they're at the top of the ramp. Yeah. Billy Gunn was going to accompany his sons down there, but he gets taken out by the Acclaimed, and then he beat up the two sons, throw them down the walkway, and then Caster gets the mic and says, "Turn my music up." And he cuts a rap, nice rap. Good match. It looked like it was going to end early. They actually the Gun Club actually got the Acclaim inside the dumpster. There was two dumpsters. There was one at the top of the ramp and one by the ringside. They throw both of them in, and then he about to close the lid. One's about to close one lid. They're gonna close both sides because there's a two lid. Like you have to close both sides. They have to get in there and they have to close both sides or to win the match. And then Max Caster and Anthony gets to holds the door. They stand up, holds the door, and then they get back out. They start fighting. This ends. There's a spot. One great spot was when I forgot the young is Colton and God, I wish I can't. I apologize. Hold on, Austin. I'm sorry, Austin Gunn, the youngest one. Colton is the taller, the older one. Austin says, "I'm gonna go up and give him the elbow." They have a table. They set up a table. They put Anthony on it. Austin was about to go and give it the Macho Man drop. Anthony gets up, fights off Colton, and gives him, I forgot what he gave him, but he fights him off, Colton off, and then Austin just up there looking at what Anthony did to his brother, and behind Austin, he doesn't know, just comes up because he's on top of the tunnel, the entrance tunnel. He's on top. That's where he's going to jump off, give the elbow. He's on top. He throws a Max Caster is behind Austin. He throws Austin into the dumpsters at the top of the ramp. Then Anthony gets Colton, beats him up, puts him on the table. Max Caster gives him the elbow drop. They both pick Colton up, throw him into the dumpster, close the lid. They win. They put these zip ties on the lid so they can't get out. Afterwards, they push the goddamn. He pushed the the dumpster off the cage. If there were already actually in there, that was a messed up bump. But I think they possibly it might have been a secret compartment where they could have got out, the side compartment, because it was very close to the entranceway. But they pushed it. They line up. They pushed it off the edge. It flips all the way upside down. Doors, just booms all the way upside down. So we get the match with a last match main event: Wheeler Yuta versus Chris Jericho. Good match. He still has an actually legit broken nose. Chris Jericho does. It's taped up. It has these three, and it still got some bruising. It looked worse last week. They got a broken nose during the barbed wire match everywhere with Eddie Kingston. That was night. That was night two of Fyter Fest. Great. Anyway, he winds up, and there's only thing I can see why he did it, but I wish he didn't tap out. I really didn't. He wound up tapping out not to the walls of Jericho, but the Lion Tamer, which is where they got where it is almost like the walls, but the person's neck is tilted down on the canvas, and Jericho has his knee into the person's face. His neck is twisted, and it looked like it absolutely sucks. But that's it.